Yes, sir.
Thank you, Margaret.
You've said that that absolutely brutal and horrific attack on October 7th by Hamas was a huge intelligence failure. Things were missed, and then there were operational failures, as we know, once that attack was underway. Given those massive blind spots, can the U.S. actually be confident in Israeli intelligence now when it says that what it's doing is with full accuracy?
Well, I think there certainly is a gap that was unexpected with respect to Israel's intelligence gathering. When we saw the failures of October 7th, where they failed to see the emerging horrendous Hamas attack and the taking of hostages that resulted in what you're reporting, we wondered whether or not it was a lack of focus. But now that the United States is actually working with Israel in trying to assist in locating Hamas and understanding Hamas's structure, we're actually understanding that Israel has a gap in also capabilities. Now, of the operational aspects, as you related, because we saw a lack of response after the Hamas attack began to unfold, there also were concerns as to whether or not Israel was going to be able to go into Gaza and to be able to locate and to dismantle Hamas. But I think everyone's seeing that they're progressing at a much faster rate than anyone had expected. But still, as we see now, the reports that are coming out of Gaza, as Israel reports what they're accomplishing, there certainly is concern and doubt.
Do you believe it is a militarily, potentially successful goal to eliminate Hamas?
Well, certainly with any terrorist group and organization, it's not just the individuals that are operating it that you have to look at. It's also its function, its structure, its finances, its weapon systems, its command and control. Those are things that certainly Israel has the ability, and they are prosecuting the war to that, so they can significantly diminish Hamas's ability to conduct attacks on Israel, and also give the Palestinians an opportunity to bridge to some other form of government in Gaza. The Palestinians in Gaza are just as much a prisoner and certainly victims of Hamas as we're seeing, with the effects on Israel.
I want to ask you about threats here at home, but very quickly, have you seen intelligence to back up some of the reporting that says some of these Hamas attackers who were just so brutal that they were actually on an amphetamine called Captagon? I know some of your Republican colleagues are trying to take action. Was that a factor here?
I've not seen intelligence specifically about that. Like you, I've seen the news reporting, and it's certainly very troubling because it certainly shows the viciousness of the attack.
Here at home, the FBI director, I know, recently testified that foreign terrorist groups, including al-Qaeda, have issued specific calls to attack the U.S. How do you understand the threat to the homeland now?
This is very unusual for the FBI director to so publicly make these statements. And certainly in his conversations with the Intelligence Committee, they've been on an unclassified basis. So we have the ability to talk about it. It certainly shows the extent to which these threats are troubling the director. And what he's indicated specifically is that, more than a decade, the increase in terrorist threats to the United States inside the United States is at its highest ever. And he cites the chaotic withdrawal of Afghanistan and our loss of intelligence gathering there. He cites the southern border and individuals who are allied with international terrorist organizations that have crossed the border. Those are two Biden administration policies. So for the FBI director to cite those as threats where the threats are emanating certainly shows you how important these statements are.
Okay. So what